Excited for, focused on you.
A man accused of shooting a woman in Webster Groves has been released from jail. Tonight, neighbors tell us the accused gunman has been a problem in their community for years. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. Police say the gunman fired multiple shots into a home on Tuxedo Boulevard earlier this week. Our Justina Cornell is here in studio speaking with neighbors today. Justina, they're pretty upset.
Yeah, so they tell me that they're worried and scared that this suspect could come back to their tight-knit community. We aren't naming this man because he hasn't been charged with a crime yet, but neighbor says he caused them all kinds of problems over the years. Now, Webster Groves police say Monday night the gunman fired 4 shots into a home in the 300 block of Tuxedo, hitting a woman in the arm. Police later arrested the suspect and found a firearm and 12 magazines with several hundred live rounds of ammunition. Police asked St. Louis County prosecutors to charge him with 5 felonies. But today, prosecutors tell us there isn't enough evidence right now to charge him with a crime. Today, a man living right next door tells me the suspect has been living in a tent in the backyard of the victim's home. Now, he didn't want to reveal his identity for safety reasons, but tells me his son was just feet away from the shooting. Now, he's worried about their safety since this suspect is now out of custody.
I passed out on the couch and my child woke me up and said there were fireworks outside, which was strange. And I looked at my phone and my neighbors had texted me, and then I looked out my child's bedroom window and I saw all the police walking around. What are we going to do if he comes back with a different firearm that they didn't seize?
The prosecuting attorney's office said this case was taken under advisement and there's still an active investigation.
All right, Justina Cornell reporting. A soldier from Franklin County is one of 2 killed in a military vehicle crash in Alaska. Specialist Brian Joshua Snowden of Lawndale, Missouri, was killed on Monday during a training exercise when the vehicle he was in flipped. He was 22 years old. Specialist Snowden joined the Army in July of 2020. Today, his community is remembering him.
I did get the news of Brian this morning. I went to high school with him. He graduated the year after me. It struck me. It's a little tragic. He is a hero. I mean, he was in the line of duty when he got hurt. Very tragic.
A second soldier from Knoxville, Tennessee, was also killed. 12 others were injured.
It is finally starting to feel like fall, and most of us got some much-needed rain. We check in with Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell. He's here with a first look at the forecast. Scott?
Rainfall tallies vary across the area once again today. This system had the potential to produce some decent rain, and for some of us, especially north and west of St. Louis, we did get some rainfall amounts close to an inch. Just southeast, though, across the eastern and southern parts of the metro area, not quite as much, but the rain has pushed on, and now skies are clearing across the area. That's a live look out in O'Fallon, Illinois right now. You see just a few puffy clouds. The cooler air, if you will, is going to be filtering in through the overnight hours. A lot of ground clutter around St. Louis. All of the substantial rain has pushed out of our region. You see some of those darker shadings up into Lincoln County, parts of Pike County, even up into Greene and Jersey counties in Illinois. We did get some spots with close to an inch or a little over an inch of rainfall, but our chances for rain now decreasing with the sun breaking back out of the clouds. Temperatures climbing back through the 70s, even approaching 80 farther to the west of us. So here's the lowdown as we head through the remainder of this evening. The rain's definitely ended. A few spots seeing an inch or more, most much less than that. The cooler air will be heading in tonight. Gusty winds and chilly for your Friday. We'll see in a few minutes. We'll talk about the other changes coming over the weekend.
All right, Scott, looking forward to it. Remember, the Weather First forecast is always at your fingertips. Text the word weather to 314-425-5355. We'll send it to your phone. Tonight, people in Lincoln County hoping to get some answers about whether their drinking water is safe. The EPA will meet with neighbors in the town of Silex in about 2 hours, and this is to discuss radium that was found in their water. The community has not had water service for more than a week now after the Missouri Department of Natural Resources detected unsafe levels of radium. That meeting is at 6 o'clock in the Silex School District gym.
A fire that tore through several businesses and damaged an attached apartment in Granite City has been ruled arson. William L. Jacobson has been charged with felony aggravated arson. According to court documents, he set fire to the apartment knowing people were inside. That fire broke out early Tuesday morning on Washington Avenue between 25th and 26th Streets. It destroyed a pet grooming business that had been there for nearly 40 years and an upholstery shop. Police say Jacobson had been renting a unit at the apartment building but had recently been evicted. The Democratic National Convention's fall meetings are underway in St. Louis. They're working on their platform ahead of the election next year. DNC Chairman Jamie Harrison says he plans to join the UAW picket line in Wentzville tomorrow with a large labor coalition. Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to be in town tomorrow.
The Humane Society is now caring for more than 100 dogs in St. Louis after multiple rescue operations all throughout the state. Members of the Animal Rescue Task Force brought in Boston Terriers, Poodle mixes, Labs, and Yorkies from both licensed and unlicensed breeders. Rescuers say COVID is to blame for some of them experiencing abuse and neglect. Breeders ramped up efforts during the pandemic, and now they're overwhelmed.
America's largest car insurer, State Farm, lists Missouri in the top 10 of states where drivers are most likely to hit an animal. No surprise to any of us, deer are the most commonly struck animal. We're entering the peak season for deer collisions. The Missouri Department of Transportation says over 3,600 deer strikes were reported last year. 5 people died in those accidents. MoDOT blames the increase on shortened daylight hours. They say more people are on the road at night when animals are more active. The Missouri Department of Conservation says the mating season for deer also coincides with fall, and that means more movement for the deer.
Well, soccer fans are getting pretty excited for the playoffs. St. Louis City SC is going to the Audi 2023 MLS Cup. At least one game will be in St. Louis. St. Louis City SC is the first MLS expansion team to win its regular season conference title. Tickets go on sale next Friday, and City Park could host up to 2 of the first round matches in the best of 3 series. The playoff match will either be played on October 29th, the 30th, the 31st, or on November 1st.
Show of strength, why 75,000 employees are still off the job in the largest healthcare worker strike in U.S. history.
Subhuman with no right to exist. A Chesterfield woman who survived the Holocaust has a warning for anyone who thinks it couldn't happen again.